Bitcoin is starting to be breaking out right now, and yes, the massive Bitcoin bull market could be starting right now, since the massive trap we had here in October is likely over right now here. And yes, we are probably right now going to be seeing the start of October. So I'm going to be discussing this on today's update video, what it exactly means, the most important charts and patterns on Bitcoin right now, because currently we are retesting one of the major level of resistance where we actually got rejected from last time around once we did retest it. So I'm going to be talking about this, doing a deep dive, talking about the most important charts, etc, etc. So without any further ado, don't forget to once again slap on that like button back above 1,000 likes. It will be highly appreciated. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the content. First of all, we can see that we just got a major candle here to the upside. And actually, this candle that we created has already confirmed the break above this major level resistance right here, which is this red line where we got rejected from multiple times in the past. And now we're already starting to trade above it. So that is actually a very bullish thing in my opinion. And if we're just looking at this current consolidation phase, you know my levels I've talked about, which I think are major support and which are major resistance. I talked about this lower level right here, which I thought was major support. And clearly, Bitcoin exactly bounced from off that level. And the level of major resistance, where we got rejected from last time around as well, is the level we're currently retesting. So that level is going to be 64,300. I've discussed multiple times that this is the most important level for Bitcoin to be breaking above of. But as soon as we do get the confirmation of the break above this level right here, ultimately that would mean some very bullish things here for the near future. So yeah, let's see if we can break above that level, because if we do so, I believe Bitcoin is going to be going much higher from off this point afterwards. And that is of course exactly the thing what we're currently looking for. And yes, if you're looking at the 4-hourly time frame, you can see that Bitcoin created somewhat of a W pattern. And this W pattern is actually starting to be breaking out right now, which is also quite bullish. If you're just still looking at the bigger perspective, we're still ultimately looking at an upward sloping trend here, where we're creating higher highs on the top side and higher lows on the lower side. So trading ultimately still on an upward sloping trend here. And with right now breaking above this previous high right here in the market, we could be right now in also for a bigger continuation towards the upside. And yes, we're still in a major downtrend from the top side on the daily time frame. And this is what we need to be breaking in order to really become bullish on Bitcoin. But of course, like I discussed in multiple times before in my previous videos, we're currently looking at a massive bullish period in the market for especially week 42, week 43, and week 44. And I discussed this in videos before, because I said this numerous times before, because October always tends to be starting with a major trap here. And that is exactly what we got. We got a major trap in the beginning of the month of October, and afterwards you always tend to see the major gains getting realized on October, because everyone thought, okay, October is over, we're not going to be having a great month anymore. But already we can see that we're having great performance in this week. So further on, we do know that currently there's a major, this is like a longer term chart here guys, but we're seeing a major breakout on the supply of USDT here. And I always say the more USDT that gets minted, the higher Bitcoin goes. And yes, that is clearly going to be the case. And you can see that for every single Bitcoin bull market, there needs to be a catalyst, and there needs to be liquidity. And if Tether creates so much liquidity in the market, Bitcoin is most certainly going to be going up. And we're currently seeing once again that Tether is still printing or injecting more money in towards the market. And that is ultimately a very great thing here, because that is going to be the proof that Bitcoin is going to be going much higher. And since right now retail interest is still close to all-time lows here, I think that this is one of the worst periods to be actually fading the market. And whenever we're going to be seeing that the retail interest is going to get to all-time highs again, that is going to be the point where we're going to be saying, okay, now I'm going to be a little bit more cautious. Now I'm not necessarily going to be buying Bitcoin, but currently we're not even close towards that. The retail interest is still far away from all-time highs, and that is of course what gets myself very bullish and excited about it. And yes, I've said it numerous times before, but Q4 is going to be the best performing month, especially in a year where we're going to be seeing a halving. And yeah, while in fact the beginning of Q4 was not great, I know for sure that the end of Q4 is going to be even better. And yes, if we're going to be even having a bad Q4, we're still going to be going up like 60% here. if we compare towards the previous cycle. So there's probably a lot of gains happening in the last quarter of this year here, and all the data is pointing towards it. And guys, if you did took a trade on Bybit, congratulations. But guys, if you still want to be trading, there's a massive deposit bonus still running on Bybit. Guys, if you go to the highest link description of today's video, which is this link above me right now here, press on it, you will come to this page where you can currently claim a free $500 trade on Bybit for only signing up an account and completing your KYC. So if you're interested in Bybit, check it out in the link in the description of today's video. It is extremely valuable in my opinion. And for me, doing some more deep dive in Bitcoin, I mean, we can currently clearly still see that we're still actually trading in this downward sloping trend here, and we can call it a bull flag pattern. But for this to really break out, we of course need to see the break above the top side of resistance. So far it's not happening. Potentially the falling wedge pattern on the monthly time frame is starting to be breaking out right now, which is a great sign for Bitcoin as well. And what is even more bullish in my opinion is that weekly time frame that currently is actually starting to cross bullish on the MACD here. And as Bitcoin on the weekly time frame on the MACD is going to be having this bullish crossover, we're probably going to be seeing some major increases in price on Bitcoin, because the last time this exactly happened, yeah, Bitcoin basically flew towards the upside, and right now it is about to be happening again here, literally in this part of the cycle where the bull market is about to start. So I think really this is the worst time to be quitting the market, because probably we're going to get some insane gains for Bitcoin anytime soon here. And if I'm also looking at altcoins, I mean, altcoin season index is right now literally creating an inverse head and shoulders pattern, and we've been consolidating for about 2 years right now here. And whenever this is going to be breaking out, I do believe we're going to be getting some crazy gains across altcoins. And don't forget that in approximately 22 days from now on, we're going to be having the US election. And yeah, historically, if we're just doing our research and looking at the data, Bitcoin goes the most exponential after a halving. Here you can see it in every single cycle, but here you can see it in a combined chart, guys. We are very early still in this cycle, and most likely the biggest gains are still yet to be coming. So I think it's not smart to right now look at it and don't do anything with it, because this data clearly proves it to us. Bitcoin is going exponential after the US election. I mean, that is what has happened every single time so far. And until we are proven otherwise, I will be leaving the 4-year cycle. I will be believing that Bitcoin goes exponential after the US election. So yeah, guys, this was it from me in today's update video. If you did learn something from it, don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. And yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.